What's going on? It's your boy Romy Mack again with another episode of 2 Cents. The show where we talk about any and everything, and of course give our 2 cents. Today's show, pretty interesting thing. Obviously the hurricane that took place last week in Houston has been devastating for a lot of people to watch. But I'm pretty sure it's even more devastating for those actually going through it that no longer have jobs, no longer have homes. So definitely want to send prayers, and shouts out to the families. Interesting show coming up on today's show. Obviously we got that masked man, Karumbe, the sugar booger, and then I got my man Mike in on this joint. Yo, fellas, lady, what up? What's happening? Ain't shit, man. So obviously you guys have seen what's been going on, in Houston. But one of the bigger stories that's been going on in Houston is my man Joel Osteen. Not letting anybody in the church is what we're seeing. So it's got people feeling some type of way. He came on television and kind of like, I don't know, I want to say backtrack, but had us try to cover up his statements as to why he wasn't letting anybody into his church. But I'm not buying it. I'm sure y'all not buying it as well. But just wanted to know what you guys thought about that whole situation. That's pretty much it. So yeah, Jeff, man, what's happening? What's going on with Joel Osteen, bro?
He is a man of God.
Yeah.
And God didn't tell him to let these hooligans and these riffraffs in his chat. That's what's going on.
Yes, Lord.
So, you said, what'd you say?
I said, yes, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, this man made millions of dollars. He gets, things from tax cuts and stuff because he's a man of God. But apparently, a man of God can't let people in his church when they struggling to survive and need food and stuff. But hey, man, you see him on TV all the time, and these people trying to defend him. That's the crazy stuff about it. The people that's actually don't have food, don't have clothing right now, and everything else. They just want shelter. And a man of God supposedly can't get them shelter. You see how people really is when stuff hit the fan, man.
Yeah. Well, Sugar Booger, what's going on? I mean, you from Texas. I mean, how you feel about this? If you was in Texas right now, you wouldn't be able to get in.
I don't know what's the truth and what is not. If he really did deny people, what's the situation around his church? And people always say, well, where was y'all on Sunday when the church was open?
There was not enough staff. There was not enough staff to take in these people. That's one thing I did hear. So
yeah, if that's the case, then I understand people are taking care of their families and stuff like that too. So we don't know the whole situation why he didn't open it just yet. His staff might have been taking care of their families, dealing with their homes being flooded and things like that. We don't know. But I don't know. It's crazy. But people say, where was you on Sunday? First of all, you don't have to go to a church
To get help from a church
on Sunday, every Sunday, just to you know how to get yourself right with the Lord. You don't have to go to church with a bunch of people to do it.
What killed me? You don't need staff to let people stay in there. That place is it houses basketball teams. You know what I'm saying?
A stadium or something, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe it was the area around it was too flooded for me. I don't know. We don't know. Not in Houston. We don't know. Only the people in Houston knows the truth about what was really going on.
Because he went back and backtracked on his words earlier, man. So the dude was blatantly outlined about it.
Like I said, only the people in Houston know that. Only the people of Houston know what's really going on with that situation.
Right. Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know much about the situation myself. There's only so much I can say, but I tell you, the memes are downright hilarious. They had one where it looked like an old children's Bible picture or something like that, and they were people out in the water and reaching their hands up, and they got my man Joel Osteen standing there with his hands up saying "fuck Houston," and It was it's like, wow, man. The internet don't give a damn about feelings at all, bro. The internet is so undefeated. You know, that is the undisputed champion of the world, the internet. They don't waste any time, dude.
You want to find somebody with something bad, the internet got it.
I'm trying to told you, man. This shit is it's
internet make it look believable.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. What else has been going on?
You need to ask Mike, man.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, Mike is on the shit. My bad, Mike, man. I'm so used to the three of us being on here. Yeah, Mike, what was your thoughts on the whole shit that went down with Joel Osteen, man?
Well, there were reports, I guess, he was saying like the hallways were flooded or something like that, so he didn't want to let people in. I guess with the hallways being flooded, and then some people were saying that the church wasn't flooded at all. Who knows? But my thing is, I felt like when he got on TV, he was too pretty. You know what I'm saying? He should have roughed himself up a little bit, had like a full wet puppy, and people would have believed him. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm in the churches with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was clean as a motherfucker.
He came in there, you know what I'm saying, with a shiny suit on and shit, his hair slid back. Like, hey, man, you know, I'm doing good. See, he played, you know, so they got him on that.
Yeah, it's what do we expect, man? I'm no shock. And
I got family from Houston, and you know, I have family from Houston, and their story, you know, from what I've heard is that's not true. That he didn't, you know, that about him not opening the doors and stuff like that, you know. So like I said, we the only people in Houston know what's going on in that.
Right.
They're defending this situation. They're defending him, so you know there must be. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there's some ignorant ass people out there that's gonna turn to like Beyonce to like try to save them and shit. Like, where Beyonce at? What's she doing? She can pay for all us to be saved. Yeah, she can pay for all us to be saved. Ain't she an independent woman? That's what she said when she was a Destiny's Child. Pay me.
And this is my thing is, if you able, then you should be. If you sit there complaining and you not doing nothing to help, then you shouldn't be talking.
Yeah.
Always all water was helping.
That's all. That's it. You shouldn't be help. You know, you shouldn't be talking about it. You ain't helping these people out. You're not over there. Then you shouldn't be talking.
Shouts out to Sauce Walker, because he was out there like his place was flooded, but he was still in the house like he was stupid. But the Louisiana people that went down there to help, he was actually feeding them and stuff. Like the people that was rescuing people, he was like giving them food and like water and everything else.
You know, we don't know if Joe. I'm not a fan of him, but Joel Osteen. His name is.
Yeah.
I don't know when he might have been doing some other stuff helping out.
I just know him as a televangelist. That's all I know the guy. I mean, I wouldn't, if it wasn't for this story, I wouldn't be paying him no damn mind, to be honest with you. So again, you know how our society is designed. We get a story for like a week or a week and a half, run that shit in the ground, and then there'd be something new to talk about to run that shit in the ground. So, you know, I don't know if it is true. If it is true, if Joel Osteen purposely didn't let anybody in the church, then he fucked up, and then he's fucked up for it. And you know, let's leave it as such. Ain't there really much more to be said. That's something he got to answer to God about. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can really have a, you know, I would say have a say in this. You can feel how you want to feel about the situation, but it's ultimately, you know, he's got a bigger responsibility being a man of faith and, you know, being in charge of so many people and followers to try to, you know, to steer them down the right path. So that's just something he gonna have to, you know, consult his conscience on. It's it make.
How far was the NFL stadium from there? Because Houston got a football team, right?
Yeah.
Did they open the stadium to them?
I don't know.
So like, here's the thing though. I don't know if it's all. So I guess I have family inside of Houston and outside of Houston. Some of them are still in their, you know, in their homes and things like that. So I don't know exactly what areas are like really bad off and what areas are not. You know, it's towns outside of Houston that is flooded too. So it's not just Houston. I even heard that parts of Louisiana was flooded too. But you know, no one is really talking about that.
Right. Well, I mean, again, it's a story. It's a story. Like again, we key in on stuff like that. You know.
Right.
That's just how that go. But you know, Joel Osteen, thank you for the memes. I appreciate it. I appreciate the memes the past few days. To be honest with you, this shit has been hilarious. The memes, you know what? I've seen some funny memes this week, not just with Joel Osteen. I was telling Kroom about the that Michael Jackson meme. This dude, I don't know, his shit is called The Angry, or his username is called The Angry or some shit like that. And he was just going in on watching Remember the Time or some shit. The music video Remember the Time, and he's like really analyzing the fuck of how Michael Jackson was an asshole in this music video. And I just, it's hilarious. It's just like a bunch of screenshots he put on Twitter talking about it. But yeah, it was pretty damn funny to me. If you get a chance, check that out. I don't want the whole show to be about that shit, but yeah, that meme was pretty funny. What else happened this week? So we obviously, all over the news we saw the cop, I guess the cop in Georgia saying that we only shoot blacks. You're not black, we only shoot black people or some shit like that. I guess because a lady was pulled over in Georgia. She was worried, trying to reach for her driver's license, and the cop had said, you're not black. We only shoot black people. So, and he's, this is recorded, and I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but obviously I believe he's without a job right now, like go by the force. But the boldness inside this president's era is is overwhelming at times, man. If Charlottesville wasn't enough for the neo-Nazi white supremacists, to finally come out of the woodworks and just, say how they really feel about, some of us being around them, and anti-Semitic ones in there. Yeah, it's just kind of bogus, So I would say what the question is like, where does the boldness come from? Is it safe to say that 45 has encouraged such behavior amongst us, and is that what he meant by making America great again for those people? So for those groups of people, that is. So So what do you think, Sugar Booger, about this story that happened in Georgia with the cops shooting saying he only shoots blacks?
Oh, I watched that video, and man, I don't care if he was joking. That was just dumb.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if he was joking or he's serious or what, but that's ridiculous. That really is. And they wonder why people act the way they do around cops. Like, come on now,
Alright,
Nobody feels safe around him, and then saying that we only shoot black, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be working in a couple. He's gonna have work anyway.
Pretty sure he'll get a job somewhere. No question. He'll have a gig. But yeah. So Karumbe, man, what was your take on the shit?
Like he said, even if he was trying to be funny about it, they teach people, like, military and law enforcement, like, what's the word I want to use? I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word I want to use, like how to be politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Because in this time and age, you know better than to say stuff like that. But he's recorded. He just didn't give a F about nothing. And he said something like that blatantly out. I don't know if he thought, because I really didn't. Anthony watched the video and I tried to watch it, but I didn't get around to doing it. I mean, if it's another white person, you think it's funny to say it to another white person, that shows what kind of black person you are in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you find funny. You know what I'm saying? That they're going around killing black people. You find that hilarious. And this dude is on the force, and like he said, that's a thing that we worry about. Like, I'm scared about it myself. I wouldn't got me a dash camera for my car because I was constantly harassed. I got tired of it. And now that I got a dash camera, I haven't been getting pulled over as much, but still they follow me and do whatever they want to do. That's just the way it is. And the thing about the boldness, you saying that they're bold because of 45 now? Yeah, it's shown because they were in it at one point. Like, even after his election and he won, people were on Facebook not being friends with people anymore because people blatantly, boldly out, just like showing their true colors. This happened when he got elected. They were showing their true colors. People you've been friends with for years. I got some white friends has been friends with people for years, and the people they were friends with, they disassociated themselves with them because they showed their true selves once this man was elected. The whole time you were friends with them, you know, they were different people, but once this person got elected, their mind changed because they've been thinking this stuff the whole time about you, about black people, about your families, about like when people get killed by cops and stuff. They had a whole different opinion, but now that this guy's in office, they think differently.
Yeah,
they feel free. You would have never seen a Klansman rally like that in Virginia, just blatantly out. You know what I'm saying? In public. Until he got elected in, and they think that's good. And the fact that he didn't even like acknowledge that that's bad, that racism is bad. He didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't denounce it. He didn't denounce it until 2 days later, and that's because he was forced. It was a speech written for him, and then he backtracked on his own statement. Yeah, some fuck nigga shit, basically.
Like both sides are gonna be far.
Yeah, see it all.
Yeah.
Like if he said both sides are at fault, you know.
Yeah, 40.
When they were protesting for black people and stuff being shot out earlier and everything, they were pretty much gassing us to death and everything else. But now he's like, oh, there's bad people on both sides. You want to say that before?
Yeah, 45 on some fuckboy shit, basically. That's what that is. On some fuckboy shit.
So yeah, it's a blame. Yeah, they're getting proud right now, man.
Yeah.
The people you work with, the people you know, yeah, they're proud right now. They're happy about this. And this is what
it shows. This is getting very defensive. This is very fun. It's trying to save the culture. Because I watched I think we talked about it last week, but I watched a video with this the Asian guy having the dinner with like the white supremacists or whatever. I posted that, and he was like was he neo-Nazi? I don't know. Whatever the fuck he was. It's part of some group that doesn't like a certain people or feels they're better than a certain people. Yeah, white supremacist. So he was basically like the reason why they're freaking out and doing what they're doing is because they don't want to be taken over. You know, like they want to preserve their culture, their people. Like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like if we get our piece of the pie, it doesn't take anything away from you. It's pretty much what it boils down to. But for whatever reason, they feel like that shit, like they're gonna be erased or some shit. And it will be some, you know, like you said, at your job, they get defensive about Trump. Ain't no way. How the fuck can you defend somebody who encourages hate? Is my question. How can you find logic in that shit? I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? And like in this whole shit, you can make it about the fucking flag all you want with Kaepernick, but how do you value a fucking flag over human bodies? That's all I want to know. I really want to know, how the fuck can you value someone a fucking piece of cloth? I get the representation. That's always going to be, that symbol will always be there. America's going to represent America, but you don't value a black person being shot, unarmed by a cop, and then that cop getting off, and it just continuously happen. Like, you're making us numb to this shit, almost like with Iraqi violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost common. You turn on the news, and on the ticker it shows 25 killed in Iraq, and let it be fucking 2 killed over here in America, and we looking like, damn, that's wild, but the numbers have increased for the blacks, the unarmed blacks that have been killed by cops, by other black people, by just people in general, and it's sad. We definitely have to do better with how we've been going about things in society. You want to save America, you can go into Iraq and try to save them and try to teach them to be diplomatic, but you won't go into like Chicago, which has amazing gun violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to? What are you really doing? Chicago. We hear about Chicago all the time. Like, we can take a guess, and I don't wish this on nobody in Chicago. We can just imagine how many deaths are going to be over the Labor Day weekend in Chicago. Somebody's not going. Whoever starts the weekend ain't going to finish it. You know what I'm saying? It's someone in Chicago is not going to finish it, and it's sad because we know that going into it. You know, I just don't. I honestly wouldn't be able to. I'm unable to fathom what that's even like to even live in that type of environment, not knowing if I'm gonna come come home and shit. In just a local neighborhood, not even being overseas. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we've been military and we've been in positions where shit can pop off on like IEDs and shit like that, and blowing up, but like just casual gunfire that can end your shit. You could be sitting there watching television and a bullet just grazed through the window and pop your ass off. And that's everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Just young kids. You know what I mean? We all got kids. I wouldn't be able to take not knowing if my child is gonna make it home safely. Or not able to play outside. But before we go any further on the next topic, Mike, what was your thoughts on this whole scenario as far as like Trump encouraging this type of bullshit in our society, man?
Well, I mean, I think with the whole encouragement part of it, I think people, I'm not gonna say, because I know we already touched on it as far as like people starting to act out now because of the president, so because he's basically like saying it's okay to do it. I think with the people that are doing that, I think they've always been that way. I think they've always had that mindset. But now since the president's making it okay, then now be like, all right, cool, I can put this out in the forefront, and not be hemmed up for it or nothing like that. Why? Because it's the president, If he's okay in it, then I'm gonna do it, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's just a thing that it's just randomly occurred within people because the president's going. I think they've always had that. As far as everyone, as far as like protesting and things of that nature, I mean, honestly, when you look at it, we've been protesting for years and nothing, honestly, systematically has changed. They may throw you a little bit of crumbs here and there, but honestly, nothing's changed. So, with that being said, they really don't care about us protesting at all. We can protest ourselves to our lungs give out, say they don't care. It's not going to change. And if we try to go about it and route about it, we can get murked up, but we don't have anything to back us. We don't have a country that's going to back us. We don't have a government that's going to back us, you know what I mean? So it's like, what do you do with all these people, that A, we can't send back to anywhere, and B, we're not trying to acknowledge them as human beings. So what do? You kill them off. And that's either by like turning on themselves and having their own people kill them. That way, like it's basically done that way, or so you find other routes to do it. Like you said, you touched on Chicago. Like a lot of people were saying, like people are dropping off crates, with guns and shit like that, and drugs and shit like that. Off in Chicago, and then these people have access to these guns, and then they're already messed up, so they can kill each other. Easy. That's one thing you got less to worry about. The president doesn't touch on that. Just like when the whole thing touched in Houston, he went to their press conference about tax reform. Mind you, Houston just got hit by a hurricane. Like, I don't think people want to hear about fucking tax reform right now, what I mean?
Not at all.
So, I mean, like, the whole thing is he really don't care about
anything or anyone.
Pretty much, he only cares about himself.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
His business and his friends and how he's gonna help each other. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about everybody else. But people should have understood that. Before they elect him to be president. If he has no political background, if he has no experience in none of this other stuff, and he's only been in business, then of course he's gonna run the White House like a business, like it's his business. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. You want to know some stuff that's crazy? Like, the last time that people tried to be not violent, go about a different way of doing it in government was like when we had Black Panthers and everything else, and they pretty much put drugs on these dudes, turned into drug dealers, put them against each other. They systematically tore them apart. The crazy thing is, they didn't admit it until recently. Now, when the files come out, they can say FBI has to give files about a certain amount of years. Now, all of a sudden, they admit it. And they got a fucking TV show called Snowfall where the police are dirty and they did all this stuff to us. They admit that they, like, when we try to, like, revolutionize and get together and everything, they systematically tore them apart. They tore them apart. They bought drugs in the neighborhood, like you said, guns. Whenever we try to do something like that and not protest and be peaceful, they tore us apart. And that's what they do all the time.
One of the main things about the Black Panthers was they were there to check the police, you know what I'm saying, to make sure they don't step out of bounds. You know what I'm saying, when they came to us. But they got rid of that shit. But mind you, the KKK still around. You know what I'm saying? Nobody finds that funny. You know what I mean? Like,
what I find funny is that they've not been labeled a hate group or a terror group. But you call the Black Panthers a terror group. You call
a terror group, man.
Sure. Who's done more fear? Who's caused more fear in America?
Black Lives Matter, didn't they put Black Lives Matter as a terror group, but the KKK is what?
all fine and dandy, man, but
exactly.
We might get to move on before they label us as a terror group.
I gotta quote, I quote Chris Rock on this shit. It's alright, cause it's all white. You know, it's alright to do it. That's what it boils down to.
I know we probably ain't gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna let you go with the show and continue on. I just want to get on something that's funny.
What you talking about? With your Kanye interruption? I know. Listen, I'm gonna let you finish, and I'm gonna do your speech. But yeah, go ahead. God damn. No, what's the word? What's happening, Karoon Bay?
80 Shoemaker thing when she said she wanted the same amount of money as
Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Kill yourself, ho.
Oh my God, nigga.
You are not on that level. You're not on that level.
Hell no, she ain't on that.
You ain't earned it. Oh, Amy Schumer been in comedy how many years?
No, bro. She said she wanted the same pay, and then she tried to go back. And
I get it. I get she should. I don't think she should get the same amount as Chris Rock.
The one that's part of that movie with what's that nigga name? John Cena and shit.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Train wreck, a whole train wreck. I mean, it was funny a little bit.
Nope. She ain't funny. She's not funny, man. Amy Schumer is not funny. If you're listening to this podcast, whenever you do, you are not funny to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Alright, there's very few female comics that I find to be downright hilarious that are in the mainstream. Now, you talk to me about some more. Some more is funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Adele Givens, funny as fuck. You know, I guess Monique got her time. She got her times where she can be funny or whatever. But I haven't had. I mean, you know, at least for me growing up and being such a big fan of comedy, I would say the only woman that downright puts me in tears is Lucille Ball, and she been dead since like 19.
What's that white lady name that always does the comedy specials and shit?
I don't know, but Lucy funny as hell, man. She was trained to be a clown. Lucy was trained by a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like before she even got into the whole aspect of acting, she was trained to be a clown. So she got like that. That's like innately in her to just make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it came so natural for her. And like for me, it just looks like for a lot of these female comics that are out there, not all of them, but the ones that I've seen that's been in the limelight, it seems like they're the girlfriend that's trying too hard to make her boyfriend's friends laugh and shit at a party. Is what it seems like to me. You take that for what you want. I mean, at the same token, there are a lot of male comics out there that clearly are not funny. Most of them from Comedy Central. I would say I'm more of like the Def Comedy Jam, Def Comedy Jam and Live in Color. I even give Mad TV shit.
The one that I got from Comedy Central from my boy Roberto, that funny as fuck, man. I can't believe that motherfuckers are that funny.
Like, it's a few man, like my man is from my hometown, you know what I'm saying, from my area, back in Hampton Roads. What's fuck is that dude name from Saturday Night Live that be imitating Stephen A. Smith and Will Smith, Jay-Z, Jay Farrow, like I don't really, you know, he's never left me in tears watching him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been in like tears watching him laugh. You know, I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate what he's done. Obviously, giving our area a name in comedy. So, you know, really do appreciate that. But I just don't find him to be that. He's just not that funny to me. You know, that's not a diss or anything like that. That's just, you know, it's just not my form of comedy. You know, like, again, some people laugh at like Kevin James and shit, you know what I'm saying, and other people's like, why the fuck does he keep falling? You know, like, he makes people laugh by falls and, you know, shit like that. Most of the time in his movies, he's falling into shit. It's almost like Dick Van Dyke, you know what I'm saying, that type of, that like physical comedy type shit. But, you know, that's my 2 cents on Amy Schumer thinking she can make the amount of money that Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock have earned. And I get the fuck out of here with that, man. Whatever. She can go ahead with that bullshit.
He likes you don't live that bullshit.
Yeah, you talking too much now.
On a side note, that was her funniest joke to date.
Yeah, you're right. That, you know what, that did make me laugh. You know, that I take it back. She is funny. In that case, she is funny. Out of sheer sarcasm, she is funny as hell for believing that she should earn the same amount of ducats as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Nope, not at all. I plead the fifth. You know, well, anything you say, fifth. Yeah, that shit. That's what the fuck we need to hear. And, you know, it's a wrap for that, man. We don't care too much for Amy Schumer. She's always trying to show her titties. Yeah, it's, you know, man. Honestly, I just don't care for Amy Schumer. I don't find Amy Powler, I think is her name. Yeah, all these Amy comedy women, I don't care too much for. Amy Powler, I don't care too much for her comedy. Tina Fey, I find funny. I will say that I do like Tina Fey a lot. As a comedian, like I say, I can laugh. I find her to be funny. Like, was it not Due Date, but Date Night? Is that the name of it? Yeah, Date Night. Her and
they put it in me too. The motherfucker that was in Date Night. What's that motherfucker name?
Steve Carell.
Office.
Yeah, Steve Carell's funny, man. That, if you've never watched the listen, man.
I ain't never seen nobody so Jim Carrey play a retarded person so good.
Bro, listen, man. If you've never watched The Office, you need to start now. Like that shit is hilarious. The Office is one of the most hilarious comedy specials comedy sitcoms that TV show. Shit, I fucked it up. Whatever. Comedy TV show that I've ever seen. Downright hilarious. I mean, it's like 16 people in the cast with 16 different personalities that all work well together. It's almost, you can almost expect it's like improv or some shit, man. But that show is funny, and it reminds you of the people that you work with in your office. A lot of times,
that's every time. That's how I used to be. Like, this is gracious, man. There's people I work with is just that stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I had thought it was just that dumb. I was like, I can't believe you got Ray on right now. I know you retarded. I hate saying that, but that's how I feel constantly.
Yeah, man. So what else? What do we want to get into before I got Kanye'd by Karumbe?
You know what?
Yeah, we have forgot what the hell we were talking about.
No, it's all good, man. No, you know, it's all love, man. We can fuck with that. Two gunmen try to rob this motherfucking this pub. Little did they know there were off-duty cops inside celebrating a retirement. It was like having a retirement party. When I tell you they got that ass handed to them. They got that ass handed to them. You know, it's like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? I don't know. This, yeah. I mean, Karumbe, we were talking about it before we started the show. He was talking about, like, they're just not smart. The criminals of today are just not fucking smart. You know, you're not casing the joint or anything, finding out information. go, walk in, see what the hell's going on. You just go in the pub like, fuck it, whoever in here, we just taking it down. And it just so happens that you picked the wrong night because you had off-duty cops on the, on the inside, waiting on your ass. And yeah. So yeah, Karoon baby, what else you wanted to add on that shit?
Man, I don't know if they just that savage or just that stupid, because like you gotta be in an all high savage mode to be like, yo, I'm about to rob this place. That's some Joker shit. That's some like comic book fucking supervillain shit right there, man. You know how Joker did the whole thing at the parade where he tried to shoot the dude and everything? That's some Joker shit right there, man.
My balloons.
Joker shit.
Yeah, that shit. Jack was funny.
You know what, man? Those motherfuckers so stupid. They might break out of jail and be supervillains. They might be some of the first fucking supervillains we got. Besides from OJ, because OJ do a bunch of dumb ass shit. OJ is a damn supervillain in my book.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah. Oh boy, Jack was like, my balloons.
That's his villain name. His villain name is the Juice. The Juice is his villain name.
I don't know, Mike. What you think about that story, man?
I don't even know what I would have to understand the mindset of it. I mean, either like he said, they were just like mad savage or just dumb as fuck. I mean, some people watch so many movies nowadays, you know what I'm saying, be on YouTube and shit, like, oh, he plays GTA, like, I'm just riding here, you know what I'm saying, and just see what happens.
They thought it was GTA, man.
Yeah, they thought it was GTA.
Yeah. I know what, shit. I know what the, matter of fact.
Everybody running people over now when they want to kill them, so.
I know what I wanted to talk with you about, because you're a Laker fan. I want to talk about the blasphemy that was mentioned, a direct quote, and I will read this to you right damn now from Lonzo Ball. Nobody listens to Nas, Future, and Migos are real hip hop. Mic drop right there.
He said Future and Migos are real hip hop?
Are real hip hop compared to Nasir Jones. Yep. Let that sink in, bro. Let that sink in for you.
I do not endorse Ball. I'm sorry.
You don't got the Baller brand shoes?
Man, I don't got the Baller brand shoes.
Man, they came out. Man, listen, they got new downloadable content for Friday the 13th, so you can play with LeVar Ball on the fucking game, man.
Oh shit.
You play with him as Jason.
Man, I don't know what's wrong. He say shit just to say shit, man.
But he looking.
Like that family, man. They gonna end up being the most hated family.
But this Drake looking bastard is not gonna tell me that Future and Migos is more hip hop than fucking Nas though.
But he young as shit, so you gotta understand that. Oh, that Lonzo
No. Once you went through college, you know how to research shit. There's no.
Yep, I ain't trying to hear that shit. The internet is not new. No, we're not gonna make no bullshit statement about fucking Nas. It's not gonna happen, dog. That's like, what was that? Matter of fact, you remember on the locker room? Yeah, that's about equivalent when Tech was getting kind of hot because it was coming at like the young artists and shit like Uzi and Yachty and all that shit, and he went off on a tangent and said that Slaughterhouse was whack and shit. Like every MC inside Slaughterhouse was.
Go back and check the real life.
Yo, hey Mike, I never laughed so damn hard. And to top it off, the reason what makes it even more funny, my boy Hunt that was on the show, Evan that was on the show. I done gave out his whole government now. Sorry about that, bro. But yeah, Evan, it was on the damn show. He's from Detroit, so Slaughterhouse got fucking Royce the 5'9" and this motherfucker. Man, listen, everybody was like, what? Really? Hey man, that was an emotional response. That had to be. That was all emotional response right there.
That shit told them souls, man.
He ain't telling me shit. That was an emotional response if I've ever heard one, man. So we got dummies robbing pubs, and
To be correct, man, like, I guess Lil Uzi's album doing is okay, but Yachty shit flopped, and a lot of those new guys and shit flopped like horribly. Like,
Man, they would be alright if they just went up there and went in their own lane and said it was alternative hip hop. Nobody would have an issue.
I don't know what you want to call it, dog. Like, I don't even want my music to be identified and shit. If you know the fuck I'm rapping on this shit, fine, let's
I
rap.
guarantee we all could put out an album now, and we probably do better than most of these motherfuckers. I would probably be damn Nas right now.
Well, Nas ain't real hip hop. Considering, according to Lonzo Ball, Nas ain't real hip hop. That's a bad example to use because I come out and I smash on Nas.
I saw that.
I'll be a bad example then, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll be a bad example. If they compare me to Nas, I'll take that shit. Even J. Cole wanted to be like, the song he made was like, I can't believe I let Nas down.
Now he gotta switch it.
Nas is the hip hop, bro.
Well, let me tell you. Now he gotta switch the song up and say I let Future down because that's the real hip hoppers right there.
Future fan, I ain't gonna lie, but he got his own lane. Future got his own lane, but even, I guarantee you, even Future want to be on a Nas track. That's how important fucking Nas is to the game, man.
Lons, that's your point guard, man. That's your point guard right there. Yep.
You know what? I take back what I said about me not wanting LeBron. If we trade Lonzo, LeBron, I will accept you.
Yeah. Listen.
All your bitches.
They're gonna have Migos and Future playing in Staples Center all fucking day. If they ever try to play Nas's Like or fucking It Ain't Hard to Tell, they shutting the shit down. Lonzo ain't going on the court until they turn that Nas shit off.
Fine right now, by the way, for the whole George Paul bullshit, but man, whatever.
What happens if Nas, cause you know his album, is his album out yet?
No, I don't think so. No, not yet.
What if Future's on that album? Then what?
Then it's not real hip hop until Future verse come on. That's what the fuck that is.
That's one of the people that hasn't been on a Future album is Nas, so I think that he might fucking put. Yeah, he might be on the next album to tell you the truth.
Jay-Z been on a Future album?
He's on that song. I got the keys, or whatever that shit is. But
Yeah, shit. That was Khaled bullshit. Doing all that damn yelling.
I don't. Let me see.
I have to use. You know what? I'll have to use Khaled's. His quotes for this fucking Lonzo Ball statement. You played yourself. I'm telling you, this motherfucker stupid, bro. He on some McGregory shit, man. When you talking that bullshit, bro.
Yo, it's the same person that was like, his brother was like, beat that nigga ass on fucking WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Man, this the family we dealing with, man.
Yep.
Jordan. Oh, man.
That was priceless TV though when he said that shit. I wasn't expecting that shit.
Beat that nigga ass. A 16-year-old on TV.
He said it twice though.
Yep.
Beat that nigga ass, daddy. Beat that nigga ass.
Vince McMahon came out with a statement immediately. It was like, we apologize for the language that was used, and
he done said the nigga before.
yeah, he said it to Sheldon Benjamin. Yeah, he said it to Sheldon Benjamin. What's up, my nigga? Yeah, but whatever, man. Hypocrites. It's all they playing the TV game. They have to, to cover. It's CYA. That's all that is. CYA.
Actually, that Roman Reigns, I might be watching that Roman Reigns and Cena match, man, because that damn promo they cut earlier this week. God, that shit was good.
What are they? What? Why are they in a feud? What's going on?
John Cena said the reason he ain't left WWE is because fucking Roman Reigns can't do his job right. I was like, damn.
Okay. Well, that's the truth. Because he doesn't know how to talk on the microphone.
It is the truth.
Roman don't know how to talk on the mic. He don't know how to talk on the mic, and you can believe.
Roman Reigns had some good like shit talking.
Man, he don't know how to talk on no goddamn microphone, and you can believe that. Yeah, the fuck? But why would that be the quote that you chose? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like on a sheet of paper. All right, I want you to pick a couple quotes, and you chose "believe that." No, I don't believe that shit at all. I'll tell you that right off the gate.
They had to try to use a rock. That's what really turned people against them. Because his family, they tried to use a rock with him, man. It was just like, hell no. They did the same thing with the rock, but like you said earlier, the rock embraced it. He's like, I'm gonna be a fucking bad guy.
You should be.
Roman Reigns was still trying to be a good guy, man.
Yep.
Roman Reigns has already said it, and I quote, he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy.
He is.
He's just the guy.
No, like hell. He's the guy. I don't believe that. Let me tell you that right now. I don't believe him. I don't believe.
His whole character, though. Like, my man comes to the ring with full damn near body. He got like full body vest and shit. Like, how am I supposed to believe you getting hurt and you got on body armor, man?
And
what's happening, man?
Jay coming to the ring dressed in SWAT gear and shit, man. You think fuck LL Cool J in the movie SWAT? Yeah, I don't fucking know, man.
You know what really fucked him up? When Brock Lesnar beat his ass, man. Because that's what really destroyed. When he got in that match with Brock Lesnar, he like,
is it me? Yo, is it me? Or does Brock Lesnar look like a muscle-bound Trump with a buzz cut? Just look at him.
I think he looked like a muscle-bound Gal, like somebody just merged Gal with like Zangief.
So Gal and Trump had a baby together. Yeah, they had a love child. That's a good little love child, Trump and Guile.
Yeah.
And you get Brock Lesnar.
And Gal had a baby, and it came him basically.
I don't know, man.
And then I need to mention Samoa Joe and fucking Braun Strowman has beat Roman Reigns. So how this motherfucker still staying in his yard? And he done lost.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, I like Samoa Joe. Like, I'm a fan of Samoa Joe.
Shit, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the main. They need to bring the main event Mafia and bring Sting back as just like a bad guy. And then, because you got Angle, you got Samoa Joe, you got most of the main event Mafia on one fucking show. Just bring the main event Mafia in. And Kurt Angle just turned on everybody and the show will be lit. He could bring his son in. What's the motherfucker?
I haven't watched, man. Listen, I ain't watched wrestling in so long, man. It just doesn't capture my attention. I need a personality. You need a personality. You need like opposite personalities that work well together. They had a good feud going. What was my man that comes to the ring in the fucking dark and shit with that family, the Wyatt family. So Bray Wyatt. So you had Bray Wyatt, and I think he was in a feud with was it Dean Ambrose at one point in time, right? If I'm not mistaken, if it wasn't him, it was or Randy Orton. I think him and Randy had.
Randy Orton.
You know what I'm saying? Like those type of feuds should be your main. That should be your main attraction, man, because you got two opposite ends going at each other, and they both can handle themselves on the mic. Randy Orton is a mastermind in that fucking ring. He knows where he's supposed to be, where he's supposed to execute moves, where his opponent's supposed to be, and all that stuff. So when you got somebody like that, man, you got to key in on that shit. Stop making us watch John Cena versus the world. God damn it, he fought the Russian guy 7 times straight. It seems. God damn.
Rusev?
Yeah, Rusev, sit down.
I fuck with Rusev, man.
Rusev is raw.
He leaving though. Rusev's leaving.
Yeah. He's not the only one leaving. Dolph Ziggler's leaving. Rusev's leaving.
Ziggler should have been left. Ziggler should have left a long time ago. They misused him. Ziggler.
You hear the rumor that he's gonna join the Bullet Club.
That would make sense. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Yo, Bullet Club is Kenny Omega, him, freaking Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes. Oh my God, they gonna be.
Oh man.
Yo, Bullet Club is the shit.
Yeah.
They pretty much did a trade though, because now Adam Cole's in WWE.
Yeah, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And I think they just need to bring the Bullet Club over to the WWE and they just take them off.
Yeah. We'll have to Yeah, fellas, we'll have to save more of that wrestling talk more so for the locker room probably later, like at a later date, because I definitely want to key in, because I got Sugar Booger got something she want to say, she want to lay down on the world. But before we get into that, I want to talk about this shit I've noticed lately at the damn I would say supermarket, grocery store. I don't know if it's like this in Nebraska where you guys are, but like I've gone to Publix, which is like a store out here. I mean, you guys know what Publix is. You know, we lived in Florida. But and in Walmart, I look for grapes. They're all seedless. And then like the watermelon is all seedless. Like I'm trying to find I would say grapes with seeds and watermelon with seeds. These motherfuckers are disappearing. Cause how do you grow without a seed is my question. So I'm just trying to figure out what exactly are we putting in our bodies, so it's I don't know, just something to think about. The next time you go to like a Walmart or a Publix, look into the produce section and see if you see do you have a choice between seedless grapes or your traditional ones with seeds, or like a watermelon that has traditional watermelon that has seeds in it. But explain to me how you grow something without a seed. That's just a little food for thought. Something to think about. Sugar Booger, the floor is yours. I know Karumbe said he might have something he wanted to lay down too, and and then we'll probably close that out on that note, and then obviously give Mike a chance to say anything he want to say that might be going on, in the news. But Sugar Booger, the floor is yours, babe. Do what you do.
It's you. Talk about what you want to talk about.
Oh, my rant. Alright, so today I picked my daughter up from school today, so I took the day off or whatever so I could get some stuff done around the house. So I walked down to pick up my daughter at school, and I guess some kids don't like certain words that she says, like freak and dang. My thing with that is there's nothing wrong with those words, but apparently I guess they learned at home or in the school that those are bad words. So she suggested that I use alternate words instead, because shoot and dang, I guess another word was freaking. My daughter says freaking a lot, like, oh, that's freaking awesome, or oh, are you freaking kidding me? I don't see anything wrong with it. Jeff does. He thinks that's, of course, it's an alternate word to fuck and shit and damn. Because there was a point when she was cussing when she was younger, and so we gave her other words to say instead. She uses them in the proper context, which is kind of scary. But my thing is it really that serious? Like the word freak?
Yeah.
Or dang?
Yeah.
Like,
I know a lot of freaks.
I mean, I'm sure there are other alternate words, but don't tell me how to teach my child in my house what to say. I mean, those are words that I felt was appropriate for her to say versus saying cuss words. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's y'all's thoughts on that? Is that like that's my little rant? I'm just kind of pissed off about it, because I'm like, seriously, these kids. So I guess she was told that she has to report it. If another kid says that they don't like a word that my kid says, it has to be reported. And it's suggested that I change it.
Well, fuck and damn is what the alternate words are, I guess. And no, I don't see the issue with that. But again, every household is different. But I'm not going to tell you how to raise your child. If that's acceptable in your house, like talking back to somebody's parents is acceptable in some people's house. Should you report that shit too? As far as like, how you speak to that, like I don't know, like, damn it, mom, close my door, or something like that. That gets you knocked the fuck out in my house. But just I don't know. Again, to each his own. These were parents with complaints, or adults with complaints, or these are children with complaints.
It's the kids. These are 4 and 5-year-old kids.
Fuck them kids.
Pretty much.
So I mean, my daughter is the biggest biggest one out of everyone. She's the biggest one in her class. She's the tallest kid in her class. So she looks much older than all the other kids in her class. I think she's a lot more. She's pretty much more advanced than the other kids. As you know, she went to preschool last year for like half the year too and stuff. But you know, she's a lot more advanced than the other kids as well. You know, so it's kind of weird, you know, because I'm like, I'm not that type of person that sugarcoats stuff around her either.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, they're gonna eventually say it. Wait, you know, they're gonna say it when you're not around. But of course, I'm gonna say, hey, say this instead of that. You know, to me, I'm freaking awesome. Okay, whatever. Or oh my gosh, this is freaking crazy. Then yeah, I'd prefer that than to say FUCK.
Yeah, yeah, you know, as far as like, I mean, for her age, yeah, it's a bit advanced for her saying freaking. I get that, but it's not nothing that that should be like considered derogatory. That's just where I stand on it, you know.
And she's been around older kids. She used to be with my nephews a lot. You know, they're 10 and 8, so you know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Mike, what's your stance on that, man?
Man, at the end of the day, words are words until you put emotions and shit to it. So,
right.
As long as you teach your kid right from wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then none of that shit really matters.
Fuck what they talking about. Anything about little sad ass snotty nosed kids. We think about that shit. Tell those kids the next time they go to the damn supermarket to look for seeds in a goddamn fruit. How about that? That's what the fuck they can do. That's homework. That's homework from Uncle Rome. How about that? That's homework for you. Go find me a watermelon with seeds in it. Find me some grapes with seeds in it, and let me know. Okay?
The way you gonna do that is go to a farmer's market.
Yeah, I guess so, cause that's the new thing. We giving out seedless fruit. God damn. You know, but okay. So so Karumbe has something he wanted to say before we got out of here too. So floor is yours, man. What's happening?
And I'm just trying to tell you, let me see, music wise. I wanted to ask how anybody got that little Uzi and how that little Uzi sound is fascinating, because I tried to sample some of it and see how it was, and I didn't go too fond of it. I know some people like it, but also I've been supporting Uzi and them, but I just didn't like the fucking album, I guess. And then I wanted to see like that has anybody like watch any battles that I recommend right now is most definitely Goods and Charlie Clip's battle. That's a good battle to look at if you in the battle rap. You want to hear some bars, some jokes. They got all that. What else did I watch recently? I need to watch the Arsenal battle. I heard that one was good. Arsenal loves. There's another dude, Moon, some old guy named Moon. I watched his battle recently, and that was straight.
Right.
Can I cut you off real quick? I just found out some news, y'all.
Goddamn Kanye.
Hold on, I just found out. So this just popped up. I don't know if this is true or not, but it says the Georgia officer who said we only shoot black people will be fired.
Yeah. No, that ain't news. That ain't news. It's olds now. They said that this morning, but yeah.
I'm just reading it on Facebook, man. I was, you know.
All right, it's okay. It's all good. I know. You got that 7-hour delay internet over there.
Yes, we got that.
Y'all got that.
Just looked up on my timeline.
Y'all got that Cox.
A minute ago.
Y'all got that Cox communication going on over there and shit. Right. Y'all remember when we had that shit in the house? We had all them fucking internet issues. God damn.
Yeah, I still remember the sound it would make too. Be like, get off the phone, I'm on the internet.
Yeah.
We was like in the same house. We had Cox.
Yeah, we had Cox communication and fucking internet, trying to play games online, shit constantly going out. That's like Wi-Fi was like, I don't even think Wi-Fi was the thing yet. You know what I mean? But shit was like new.
Oh, I don't remember us having internet when we was in that house.
Ebony, what the hell, Ebony?
It was so slow, you didn't think you had it.
Yeah, exactly. That shit was...
I didn't know. I didn't have a computer. It was Jeff that had the laptop. I didn't have my computer yet. I got my first computer when I was like 24.
Yeah, well, we watched shit. What was it? We used to watch Lovin'. No, not no Lovin'. Nothing. The Adventures in Hollywood was fucking 3-6 Mafia shit. Silly ass show.
Nah, you, kill yourself.
Yeah, that's where it started. Hating on you, kill yourself.
Hey, Mike, you got anything you want to say, man?
Yeah, Mike. What you want to lay on the people, man?
Let's see. News. Oh, let's see. Apparently, the U.S. Department of Justice is asking web hosting companies to turn over data about users who visit anti-Trump websites, and that's not defined on what websites those are. So, just be careful.
Yeah.
I can't go there anyway.
Whatever. Ain't thinking about that bullshit.
Y'all need to take them Security Plus classes and stuff, so learn how to hack into stuff and get away with doing things on the internet, man.
Don't tell people.
Yes, exactly. What are you doing?
Y'all need to do it.
Why don't you just go rob the pub?
You got 10 classes that they teach in
Shook.
universities and stuff on that stuff, man.
Shook, are you encouraging people to hack?
You gonna get my ass arrested.
Exactly.
She's supposed to become an ethical hacker.
You encouraging people to hack shit. You might as well go rob the pub with the two gunmen.
No,
So this is the thing with hackers. There's like 3 different types. There's one that's a black and one is a white. White hat is good and black hat is a bad hacker.
Black is bad. Yeah, cool.
That's funny. Too
But for
funny.
real though, and y'all read up on some of that IT stuff, you learn how to get away with all that. You know.
God dang, she's slow.
I'm just saying.
That's
you
fucked
know.
up, man. You ain't got. Why you gotta go ahead and do that though, man? You're not gonna do my sugar bug like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You played yourself. That's what it is. He said that shit at the fucking VMAs. I never laughed so hard, dog. Came out here. You played yourself. We know that Assad got 2.2 million followers. We the best. You smart. Man, calm the fuck down, dog. Khaled is funny though. He's more funny than Amy Schumer, so he should get paid that fucking Dave Chappelle money. Fuck, she talking about? I don't know. Well, but obviously, before we get out of here, give contact information. You can catch, follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram at ROMEY_MAK. What is it? What's your sugar bugger? What the fuck is your Twitter thing again?
Sugar booger. It is Chrome booger.
Yeah, what she said with all that excitement and shit. At Croon Booger and and Mike, man, where can they find you, Slick?
They can find me at Unchained Mind 247.
All right, cool. And it's like we always say, if you wanna get to the Karumbe, that masked man, you gots to go through me first. So be sure to get at Kroom through me. So just check, follow me through the social media. As always, had a good time doing the show. Touched on a few topics. Had a lot of fun. Obviously, shared a couple laughs and got on some serious shit like we tend to do always. So thank you for the loyal listeners. You guys know who you are. But until the next show, hope you guys have a good Labor Day weekend. Please be safe, especially if you're listening in Chicago, because shit is real. And for obviously prayers going out to those still dealing with the Houston stuff and people that are affected. Their families are affected by that stuff. Again, this is Romy Mac from my man Mike from Karumbe and the Sugar Booger. We out of here. Peace.
Romy.